Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Introduction to IMOS. Today we will be going through collision checks and controls in IMOS. Many times, the design to manufacturing process are segregated into different parts. First, you have your designer who will design and create the furnitures or kitchen. Next, the process will be handed over to the drafters or detail layers, who will be doing the technical drawing and checks. Many times, the manufacturers will face an issue of collision between two fittings or parts. That is because the design and technicals are separate. If the collisions are not detected before production, you will definitely face wastage and time. However, in IMOS, all these can be solved easily by our function, called collision checks. Let me now show you how this collision can be detected in IMOS. First, let me change my current perspective from a realistic view to a 2D wireframe. If I were to zoom into the article, you can see the hinges, dowels, and cams in greater details. Do note that IMOS automatically generated the fittings based on your settings of rules and parameters. Now let us make some changes to this article by changing the height of 720 millimeters to a height of 1,500 millimeters. And let's apply this new change of height into our article and see the update in the drawing area. Now you can see that with the increase of height, IMOS automatically increased the number of hinges that support the door to the side panel. You could also adjust the number of hinges you want based on your own manufacturing standard. Now let me add some fixed panels for this article. In IMOS, we can add the fixed panel in our divider elements, and we can incorporate formulas to divide the zone. In this case, I want IMOS to give me the maximum number of shelf, which a distance of 100 millimeters between each fixed shelf panel. Even though it's not practical, but what I want you to see is the result of it. Let us now zoom into the article to see the technical details of each hinges to and dowels. In the traditional method, these checks will be manual, like how I am doing it right now. Here I can see that there is a collision between the dowels to the hinge and the fixed shelf to hinge. Doing it manually is easy if I'm looking only at one single article like this. But what if you are looking at 3 articles, or 3 different cabinets, or a full kitchen? Imagine the pain and hassle to look through each of it one by one. There will bound to have human error. Let me now increase the number of this article in the drawing area. IMOS allow us to duplicate the article easily, copying even the fittings, and this will also be captured in your report and cutting list. I will create one last article, so that we will have a total of 3 articles in this drawing area. Now that we have 3 articles, let me adjust the article in the center so that we can see some variations of it. For this middle article, I will adjust the spaces between each of the fixed panel to a 200 millimeter space. IMOS will automatically calculate and generate the accurate design for this. Now that we have the design, do you find it harder to spot the collision? Especially if you're doing it manually? Imagine it's your first time seeing this design, and you are expected to find any possible collision. The unnecessary stress and inefficiency will definitely cost you more. Good news is that in IMOS, we have a collision check function which you can use to find these potential errors out. See, the connector collision detected has picked up a few collision. Let's check out the parts. You will notice on the left menu, IMOS will list out all the fittings and parts that are affected. If you look at the drawing area, IMOS will also highlight the affected parts. This is how easy IMOS can help you in your manufacturing process, saving you time and potential wastage cost. Now let me give you another scenario. What if you forgot to do this collision check after you design it, and you proceed to save this order into your library for production? What do you think will happen? Another good news is that IMOS will automatically detect the collision when you save, prompting you the errors and affected parts. Look at my drawing area. Notice the highlighted blue parts of the affected parts? IMOS will allow you to avoid the problem of collision completely before you enter the production stage. You can go back to the designer and amend the changes. In this case, I will just make a simple adjustment to the fixed shelf. That is because after I've done the collision checks, I know where to do the changes. After I have applied these changes, can you see now the most left article has reduced the number of fixed shelf? Let me now perform the collision check once more. So now we see there is still collision detected, but it's only affected the most right side article, meaning to say that we have rectify the most left article. It's really easy to perform collision check in IMOS. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoy it.